Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So student, in the previous class, in this chapter, that is some natural phenomenon, here we were talking about the applications of the refraction, that atmospheric refraction which occurs. And what is atmospheric refraction, students? So we have seen that the refraction which occurred in our atmosphere, that is called as atmospheric refraction. If we compare our atmosphere with the space, we will find that the speed of the light in space will be faster, like because that is a vacuum, so there is no particle present there, so optically rarer. Okay, and comparatively to that, our atmosphere is what composed of the different gases, so that will make the atmosphere as a denser. So since it is moving from the vacuum to the air, so obviously it is moving from a one medium to the other medium. The one medium, which is a vacuum where the speed of the light is fastest, and then it enters into the atmosphere where the speed of the light is as compared to that it is slow. Okay, so one is optically rarer medium and the earth atmosphere is optically denser medium. So when the light it moves from the atmosphere enters into the earth, from the outside the atmosphere, when it enters into the earth atmosphere, then it bends, it shows the refraction. Okay, and that refraction is called as atmospheric refraction, students. Before that, we have also seen that how we can recombine the scattered light which gets scattered because of the presence of the first prism. So when we keep it in a reverse position, when we keep the upside down, means keeping the base at the upward direction, what will happen? The scattered light will again get recombined together and a white light will came out through it. Okay, so this is how the recombination of the scattered light happened with the help of the two prism. And the second thing, that how the atmospheric refraction occurs to them. Now, how atmospheric refraction occur, there are a lot of examples. The first examples that we were talking yesterday, it was twinkling of stars, and I told you in the twinkling of stars also that why the stars twinkle. And the reason is, it is because of atmospheric refraction. So when the light from the star, which is really very far, now we will consider it as a point object because it is very far. Okay, I told you that when we keep an object at infinity, we start assuming that it is a point object. So right now it is what? A point object. So the light which is coming from the point object will be what? It will be a point source of a light. So when a point source of a light coming from the stars enter into the earth atmosphere, it gets refracted. Since the atmosphere is composed of a different kind of a layer, so the continuous refraction will occur when the light enter into the earth atmosphere, and then the observer who is observing the star, it appears that the star is little bit heightened, because what happened, the actual position of the star and the apparent position, when you compare both of them, you will find that the apparent position of the star is little bit heightened, is higher than that of the actual star. Okay, so this all process occurred because of atmospheric refraction, students. Here the question was, why the stars twinkle? The stars twinkle because we said that the earth atmosphere is composed of lot of a different layers. Now these different layers consisting of the gases. Now the gases are mobile, they used to move. Okay, so they are moving due to which the density varies, and as the density varies, the refraction will also occur in a different way, and finally the apparent position of the star will also get changes continuously, and this happens so fast that it seems that it is twinkling. Okay, so let me write here a few things about the twinkling of the star. First one is, students, when a point source of light coming from the star enters into the Earth's atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere, enters into the Earth atmosphere due to the change in the densities of the medium, it gets refracted. Okay, it gets refracted. Now again, from first layer to the second layer, from the first layer to the second layer, it gets refracted again. It gets refracted again. Okay, so we can say here that now what happened after that? Continuous refraction. Continuous refraction, or we can say continuous refracted rate when enters to the observer's eye the position will not be the actual one. The position will not be the actual one, or we will find the apparent position, students. Okay. Now, why the stars twinkle? This is the why the position of the why we are not able to see the actual position, why we are looking the apparent position of the stars. This happens with the many celestial bodies which is very far away from the Earth's surface. So the reason is the same, student. Due to continuous refraction, we will be not able to see the exact position of the actual position of that celestial body. Since we are seeing here stars, so we will see only the apparent position of the stars. Okay. Now, why they used to twinkle? So different layers are there. So different layers are composed of different gases. They are composed of different gases, hence mobile. Hence they are mobile. So the density always changes. Changes the apparent position. Apparent position. Seems stars twinkle. So why does it happen? Since the density is continuously changing, since the gases, they are mobile, so making the densities to vary, and due to which the different apparent position of the stars will be formed, and it seems that it is actually twinkling. So the reason of the stars they twinkle, it is because of the refraction, student, because of the different densities of the atmosphere will be there, the layer of the atmosphere, and due to which the stars twinkles. Now here the question arises, okay, stars twinkle, but why planets do not twinkle? Even though we are knowing that planets are also celestial objects, so why they do not twinkle? So the reason for that, student, question always asks that why do stars twinkle but planets do not? So you will write it. The planets do not twinkle because the planets are very close to the earth. Okay, so now it is not a point object, but it is an extended object, students. So since they are very close, so what will happen from the planet? Suppose this is the earth atmosphere. If this is the earth atmosphere and this is the planet, and the planet is very close to the earth, what will happen? The light ray which is re-emitted, because the one of the light ray will be, so as you can see here, student, if this is the planet, so planet is very close to the earth. So right now it is not a point object, but it is an extended object. So when the light which is re-emitted by the planet, it comes, it will not come a point source of a light, but a beam of a light will come. Okay, so here the light will become like this, and every time when the light, if this is the beam of a light is there, students, and if this beam of a light enters into the earth surface, and since a different kind of layers are there, what will happen? It just starts showing the refraction, and all of the beam, means all of the light will start showing the refraction. And what happened here, since all of them are showing the refraction, so they will nullify the effect of the each other, and due to which we will not see the apparent position of the planet, and we will do not see the planets they twinkle. You see the difference is what? One is very far away. Okay, so it seems that it is what? It is a point source of a light. And other one is what? It is very close to the earth surface. So it is a what? It is an extended object. So one is throwing a beam of a light, and other one is throwing only a point source of a light. So the effect you will find only the point source of a light, where the refraction can be detected very easily. So that is why the apparent position of the stars can be seen there, as well as we will also find that if the stars twinkles. But in case of a planet, it does not seem like that, because a beam of a light falling on it and the reflection which occur into the different layer, they will nullify each other, and finally the planets they do not twinkle. So let me write a few points about that, student, in order to make you understand about that. So we can write here that since the planets are very close, so they are what? They are the planets are close to the earth. So a beam of a light falls on the earth's atmosphere, and all of them shows refraction. Okay, all of them refracted, and finally nullify each other's effect. Nullify each other's effect. Okay, so planets they do not twinkle. The reason is the beam of a light falling on it, they all show the refraction, but the refractive effect will be nullified by each of them. Okay, so this is the first application of the atmospheric refraction. Now let us see that the second one, that why we can see the sun. It means why sunrise, it is 2 minutes before, or why we can see sun before, and why we can see the sun after sunset, even the sunset occur, even after sunset also. So the sunrise and sunset, the sun that we saw, it is actually the apparent sun, student, apparent position of the sun. And there is a difference of a 4 minutes between that of sunrise and sunset. So why does it occur? It occurs also because of atmospheric refraction. So let us see that. So here the topic is that why we can see the sun few minutes for few minutes even after it has actually set. It has actually set. Actually, what happened here? You see, if this is the Earth atmosphere, student, okay, and suppose you are at this position, at the surface of the Earth. So this is what, this will be the horizon, okay. So suppose an observer is there, okay, and this observer is watching it. Now see, this will be what, student? This will be the horizon of the person. So what do we find here? So this will be what? This will be the horizon. Okay. Now, even in the sunrise also this happens, students. So what happened? Our eyes are there. The observer is here. Okay. Now still the sun is what? Sun still does not rise. Okay. Now sun is here. What happened? The lot of a rays will, right now it is near to the horizon. Remember that. It is not very far from the horizon, but it is near to the horizon. So what happened? When the sun, before sunrise, before 2 minutes, what will happen? It starts releasing the sunlight. When this sunlight enters into the Earth atmosphere, what will happen? It will get bent. It will be like this. Because as it will enter into the Earth atmosphere, it shows the refraction. Okay, atmospheric refraction will happen. Now since we are finding that the sunlight is coming from this side, so we will going to see that the sun actually, the position of the sun is above the horizon. But you know that actually the sun is what? Still it is below the horizon. So this happens because of the atmospheric refraction. So still before 2 minutes, it is calculated, students, that before 2 minutes the sun appears that it is above to the horizon, and the reason is the atmospheric refraction. Okay, so this is what? This is the apparent position of the sun. And this is what? This is the actual position of the sun. So still it is below the horizon, but we are able to see it because of the atmospheric refraction. Now just opposite, right? It means this we have seen in case of a sunrise. Now what happened in the sunset also? Even after the sunset, we are able to see the sun for 2 more minutes. The reason is again the same thing, that when it is still near to the horizon, although it is below the horizon. Okay, so when the light rays falls or enters into the Earth atmosphere, it undergoes refraction, it moves towards the normal and then enter into the observer eye who is there on the horizon. Okay, so when you stretch it back, you will find that actually it appears that sun does not, it actually does not sunset occur, it appears above the horizon even after it has actually set. Okay, so this is the difference you will find between the sunrise or the sunset, the apparent position of the sunrise and the apparent position of the sunset. It is 4 minutes. It means the sunrise which appears to us is 2 minutes before, and even the sunset which actually happened but it seems that the sun is above the horizon, it is 2 minutes. It is also, the difference is also 2 minutes. Okay, so this is the second application in which we can find the sun, why we can sun for few minutes even after it has actually set. And the cause is the atmospheric refraction only, students. Now we will see the scattering of the light, that is the intensity. Okay, next topic is scattering of light. Now what is the scattering of light? Now see here, students, when the sunlight enters into the earth atmosphere, all the atoms and the molecules which is present in the atmosphere, it absorbs the sunlight. Okay, now this sunlight which is absorbed by the atoms and molecule present in the atmosphere again re-emit the sunlight. Okay, then re-emission of the sunlight is called as the scattering of the light. Now although the scattering is done by all the atoms and the molecules, but intensity varies. And the intensity of the scattering of the light, or intensity of the scattered light, it is inversely proportional to the fourth power of the wavelength if the size of the atom or molecules are smaller. Okay, so first of all, we must know what is the scattering of light. So scattering of light is what? The process in which atoms or molecules re-emits the sunlight that is called as scattering of the light. And here the intensity of the intensity of the scattered light is inversely proportional to the scattered light is inversely proportional to the fourth power of the wavelength. Fourth power of the wavelength. Okay. Now here we can say that those light which is having the minimum wavelength, they will have the maximum intensity of a scattering light, like red light. Since red light is having large wavelength, so intensity will be less. Which intensity? The intensity of scattering light. While in case of a blue, more. It will be more intensity. Okay, so the intensity of the red light will be less than that of the intensity of the blue light, and the reason is since it is what having a less wavelength. Now by this a lot of other causes occur, students, that like scattering of a light applications are also there. The causes are there, like why our sky appears blue, Or why during sunset the sky appears red? Or why in space the sky, the atmosphere is black? So since the first one, we will see the first one, that sky would appear black appear black in daytime if Earth has no atmosphere. Earth had no atmosphere. Why the sky would appear black in daytime? Reason is, since there is no molecules, no atoms are present there, so nothing is there to absorb the sunlight and no re-emitting of light or no scattering of light will take place. For scattering of light, the first thing, the condition is that the atoms and the molecules must be present in the space. And since space, there is no atoms, there is no molecules present in it, ultimately no scattering, no re-emission of the light will take place, and that is why the sky will appear black during the daytime also in space. Second, why our sky appears blue? Why color of the is blue? So the reason is, students, that when the sunlight enter into the earth atmosphere, all the atoms, all the color will absorb the sunlight and re-emit the light. Now we are saying that the intensity of scattering of the light depend upon the wavelength. So red is having the larger wavelength, so it is having very less scattering power, while the violet, which is having the less wavelength, very less wavelength, so that will having the more scattering power. Now the question arises, okay, it is the violet, then why our sky does not appear violet? Why blue? Because our eyes are very sensitive to the blue rather than that of the violet, so our sky, it appears blue. Okay, so clear sky, why it is having? Because of blue having less wavelength. Since it is having less wavelength and it is very sensitive to our eyes, that is why it appears blue. Next one is, why sunset and sunrise red? Why during sunset and sunrise the sun appears red? So the reason is, what happened during sunset and sunrise, students? This time the sun is very far away from the earth atmosphere. So the light rays which get scattered must travel a long distance. Now since the blue is having more scattering power because of a low wavelength, so it gets scattered away. When it travels a long distance, all the we can say the color gets scattered away, student. And since the red is what, it scattered very less, so it will reaches to us. Okay, so one of the color, one of the scattering of the light of the blue color, it gets scattered away totally. So it is the red color only which reaches to our eye than any other color. Okay, so we can say here that here blue color scattered away. So red color reaches to our eyes than any other color. Why during noon, during afternoon, sun appears white? So here also the same thing. The sun is very close to the earth. At that time, it will take very less time for the atoms and the molecules to get scattered, all the colors to get scattered. So that is why all of them do not get that sufficient time to get scattered, and because of that it appears white. Okay, so during sunset or sunrise the sun appears red, and during noon it appears white. Okay, so these are some of the reasons, some of the examples in which we have seen that how the scattering of the light occur or responsible for these causes. It can be that why the atmosphere, the space, it appears black if no even in the during the daytime, and the reason is no atoms or the molecules are present there. Why the sky of the color is blue, and why during sunset or sunrise it is red, or why during the noon sun appears white.